Hello, welcome. How have you been doing? So how have been the class so far? Let me know under this video how you've been found in the class. How was the last one? So today we'll be talking about AI and prompt engineering. AI is the rave right now, is you know. What AI tools have you been using? Which ones are you aware of? So the objective of this lesson is to provide a comprehensive understanding of AI, including its history, fundamental concepts, practical application, the ethics considerations, and future trends in prompt engineering and AI. So let's get started. What is artificial intelligence? What do you think artificial intelligence is? First and foremost, artificial intelligence refers to the development of computer systems that can perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. Those tasks can include reasoning, learning, problem-solving, perception, and understanding natural language. The history of AI can be traced back to the ancient times when the philosophers and scientists thought of the possibility of creating artificial beings that could think like humans. The former field of AI as we know it today actually began in mid-20th century. So let's talk briefly about the history of AI. The AI as we know it today, the early foundations were in 1950s. This was when the idea of creating intelligent machines was discussed at a Dartmouth conference, and it sort of kick-started it. The next decade after that, it focused on rule-based system where computers manipulated symbols according to predefined rules. After that, about 20 years after, AI evolved with machine learning techniques like neural networks, statistical methods, enabling pattern recognition and classification tasks. However, between 1970s and 1980s, there was not much progress. It was actually slow, and this was because of overpromising, leading to decreased funding and research in the AI field. In 1980s, there was actually systems emerged using knowledge representation rules to simulate human expertise in specific domains, even though all this time it was a little slow, but there was something happening. However, in 2000s, the data-driven AI came into being, and there was advances in deep learning, reinforcement learning, natural language processing, and have driven progress in areas like computer vision and language understanding. 2010 till now, we had the AI resurgence and application. Now, it's booming. It's no longer having the AI winter, as they termed it. Recent years has seen resurgence of interest and investment in AI, leading to breakthroughs in various domains and integration into everyday technologies and industry. Most of us probably use ChatGPT every day right now. If you're not aware of ChatGPT, oh dear, check it out. Like, pause this video and check it out. What is AI? AI can be defined, we've already defined AI. It does refer to development of computer systems that can perform tasks that typically require human intelligence, such as reasoning, learning, problem solving, perception, and natural language understanding. So these are things that only humans could do before, right? So there are two approaches to AI. We have narrow AI and general AI. Narrow AI is also referred to as weak AI, and this is designed to achieve a specific task, like playing chess. Like, I don't know, some of us must have played chess on computer with sort of AI, because you're not playing against the computer, and it's making decisions and making moves that humans would have made based on the move you made, right? Driving a car, recommending movies on streaming platforms like Netflix. And then general AI. General AI is actually also known as strong AI, and this refers to AI systems that can perform any intellectual task that humans can. However, this is still theoretical. This has not yet come to be that there is any AI that can do everything that a human can do. Machine learning. So when we talk of machine learning, we are talking of a subset of AI focused on creating algorithms that can learn from data and improve their performance over time without being explicitly programmed to get better. Just like how we can do when you keep learning, you get better whatever you're doing. The approaches, which is one, supervised learning. In supervised learning, algorithm will learn from labeled data where the input-output pairs are provided during training. While unsupervised learning, algorithm will learn from unlabeled data, finding patterns and structures in the data without specific guidance. Clustering and anomaly detections are example. These things will make sense to you as time goes on. Reinforcement learning, they learn through trial and error by interacting with an environment, receiving feedback, in form of reward or penalty. This approach is used in gaming, robotics, and autonomous systems. So supervised learning, this data is labeled like how they teach us in nursery school. This is dog. And then they show you different pictures of dog. This is a dog. This is a dog. And you'll learn eventually that this is a dog. While unsupervised learning, it doesn't label eat dogs. It's going to give you different pictures of dogs, different pictures of zebras, different pictures of camels, for example, horses. And on its own, it will find patterns and structures to say, all this is group A, all this is group B, all this is group C. And you find out that it has been able to group all dogs in group A, or at least some good percentage of it in group A, all dogs in group B being zebra, for example, all C is camels, for example. That's unsupervised learning. While reinforcement learning is allowing them to how we learned how to walk as a child. You try, you fail. You try again, you fail, right? If you fell down, you will get injury. You will learn to probably not put your leg that way again, and you want to put it this other way, things like that. This is reinforcement learning. I hope that makes sense. So let's talk about deep learning. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning. So machine learning is a subset of AI. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning that uses artificial neural networks with multiple layers to extract hierarchical representation from the data. Neural network, when we say neural network, just think of how our brain, how we have neurons in our brain and how they work. That's where it comes from. Neural network is inspired by the structure of the human brain, and it consists of interconnected nodes organized in layers. Each neuron processes input data and passes it to the next layer through weighted connection. We also have deep architecture. Deep learning models have multiple hidden layers, hence deep, allowing them to learn complex pattern and representation from the large amount of data. It has actually revolutionized fields like computer vision. Computer vision is used mainly in all those self-driving cars. Natural language processing, where language translation, sentiment analysis, speech recognition, and recommendation systems. So we see recommendation systems in things like your Netflix, how it's able to learn the movies you like. Sentiment analysis, businesses use it to understand how people see their product or businesses, their services, and they can figure out are people happy with our services, are people just about our services, are people happy, excited, sad about their services. So, how is AI in our daily life? Is AI integrated in our daily life? Let's give some examples. The very first one we'll talk about is virtual assistant. We see that in Siri, for those that use Apple, Alexa, not yet common in Nigeria, but maybe some people do use it. But Google Assistant, of course, all of us probably have it in our phone. Cortana in Microsoft. This helps users set with tasks like setting reminder, playing music, answering questions, controlling smart home devices. In online shopping recommendation, we have e-commerce platforms for us, Jumia. This analyzes your preference as a customer, your browsing history, your purchasing pattern to provide personalized product recommendation. You might have noticed if you picked up your phone to go to Jumia, or if you shop on Amazon or Alibaba, AliExpress, you realize that maybe not the things that you are seeing in your homepage, except you search for something specifically that your other friend is seeing. And that's because it has analyzed your preferences and your history to be able to suggest that to you. We'll also have the social media and content creation, such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. They use AI to create news feed, recommend content, detect spam or fake accounts, and also analyze your behavior. That's why if there is something you like seeing or watching, you realize you see more of that suggested to you. Also, in navigation and transportation, AI is used in navigation apps like Google Maps and Waze to provide real-time traffic updates, optimal routes, estimated arrival routes. Think of it, how it can tell you today you are going from point A to point B and it tells you to take you 1 hour. Tomorrow it tells you it's going to take you 55 minutes. And then maybe that same day in the morning, when you checked it, it said 56 minutes. AI that is able to look at this and make sense out of it and make projections and give you an estimate. Of course, AI is heavily being applied in healthcare recently. Medical imaging analysis, we've said something about this. Drug discovery, personalized treatment plan, and of course, it helps in prediction of disease diagnosis and progression. Helps also to monitor patients remotely, and the patient don't need to come in all the time. Chatbots, our awesome parts. Chatbots like ChatGPT, right? And it's not just ChatGPT just common, but the other ones. It's powered by AI and is becoming increasingly popular in various applications, including customer service. I've given this example earlier when you go to your bank and you get this response that asks you, what do you want? Click 1, 2, 3, 4, so thing. Maybe you say you type 2 and it goes, okay, do you want to block your accounts or retrieve your accounts or speak to a life agent? But let's say you don't want to talk with you, give you some suggestion and be able to solve your problem. Okay, so customer service, online support, information retrieval. They use natural language processing to understand what you're saying. Remember, you are saying the way I might ask a question might not be the way another person asks a question, but it's able to understand that both of us are asking about the same thing and give us the response that we need. So it uses natural language processing (NLP) to understand and respond to inquiries, provide assistance and guidance in real-time interactions. So which other ways do you think AI is important that we use AI? That hasn't finished actually. The other ways we use it again in finance and banking, smart home devices, language translation. I know that this thing people do now where they could travel to China and they just have their phone, say what they want to say in English and it says it in China to that person. And the person responds and they get their response. This AI making it possible. Entertainment and gaming, and of course, education and learning. Education and learning, AI is being applied to help us have personalized learning platform, intelligent tutoring system, automated grading and feedback, educational game, and analytics to track your progress and performance. There is a lot of courses you do now that you even do an essay or even submit your code when you start, depending on your field. If you do code challenges and it will score you and you get your score immediately, that is AI.